Hello, my name is Jose Macias. I'm a community activist. Uh, like many of you know, Mexican Americans, like all immigrants, facing barriers and challenges that all too often make it harder for them to succeed. I'm a Mexican American. I was born here in California. I came from immigrants' parents. Their journey wasn't easy. I mean, when immigrants come to this country, they have a lot of sacrifices. They leave a lot of things behind. It's not an easy decision to come here. I was born from immigrant family, and we moved to Las Vegas when I was 9 years old from California. Me and my family have grown here in Las Vegas, and it's a place where we love living. So hearing comments and saying about Catherine, to say that one heritage is only relevant when applying for a scholarship or running for a position for the United States Senate is an insult. And it's an insult. It undermines the achievements and the countless contributions we have made for this country. I think Congressman Haig should denounce this comment immediately. This is not only the time Congressman Haig has remained silent. He has remained silent many times, especially when Trump called Mexicans rapists and criminals. He also has stayed silent when Donald Trump called Dreamers to be deported. Congressman Haig has been silent when Steve King compared Mexican immigrants to dogs. So many times Congressman Haig has been silent. He's been silent when Steve King called Dreamers drug traffickers with the calf size of cantaloupes. He remained silent when he threw his support behind King's amendment that will have made it easier to deport young immigrants. Instead of speaking against hateful languages spewed by politicians like Donald Trump and Steve King, Congressman Haig has turned his back on us time and time again. I think as a community leader, I think as a Mexican American, these comments are really, it bothers me. I think I think he doesn't stand for values of our community. He doesn't stand for the values of our family. And he wants to represent all our community. He has to represent us equally. And I think there's only one person that is doing that right now. As Catherine she is going to be the only Latina running, the first Latina to become a U.S. Senator, but she's working for our families. She's looking way beyond people's backgrounds. She's looking way beyond people's heritage, and she's working for all families equally. So when I hear insults like that coming to her, especially because they say that she's not Mexican enough, I think it's really insulting. It's not making us. It's not really making it easier, especially when we have comments like Trump attacking our community and other politicians. I think that we're better than that, and Las Vegas has always shown, Nevada is always a state that has shown that we can work for our families, and we need somebody like Catherine Cortez Masto to represent us, because she is working for all our families. This is why I'm standing here today, because I want to make sure that the community knows that. I want to make sure that the community knows that there's somebody working for our families, that there's somebody that's going to be backing us up all the way to the Senate, that's going to be working for our families equally, no matter where they come from, no matter their heritage, no matter where they're coming from. And I'm just saying, as a Mexican American, I mean, we have many struggles here, and we shouldn't be we shouldn't be put let down because we're as first or second or third generation. And I think we're going to work together to make sure that we elect somebody that's going to be working for all of us. Thank you.
My name is Tom Rodriguez. I'm a former educator, administrator, and Hispanic historian. And I'm here today because, you know, I've lived in this community 36 years now. And I was lucky enough to be one of those people that was able to call Manny Cortez a friend. People don't know this, but at least maybe some of the newer people don't know this, but the Las Vegas we live in today would not exist without Manny Cortez. He spent 16 years on the Clark County Commission, and he spent 10 years with, as head of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. You know, so when I see and hear comments like Donald Trump has been making, like Joe Hick's senior staff has been making, about Catherine, about Latinos in general, you know, it just reflects their ignorance, if you will, the lack of understanding of the contributions Latinos have made to this country. You know, I, for one, for instance, have 2 children that are half Irish, half Mexican. Does that mean they don't count? You know, when you start belittling somebody's heritage, for whatever reason, you know, this suggests that maybe minorities and Latinos only use their heritage for their advantage. I've got to tell you, that's just bull crap. Another word for it. You know, this election has gotten so divisive. And I'm like so many people who just feel that it's just taken a turn for the worse. That we're not concentrating on the issues anymore. We're looking at ridiculous things like where somebody was born, whether our president was born in the United States, whether Catherine or any other Latino can speak Spanish or not. You know, we lose sight of the real issues, which in this case are making America better for everybody. If you read Catherine's platform, you understand that she's wanting to improve education. She cares about immigrants. She cares about the economy, about health care, protecting seniors. Where do we lose sight of all that? Where do we get to this questioning whether, you know, whether someone can speak Spanish or not? You know, does that mean my 2 kids are less American because they're half Irish? Of course not. It's absurd. The absurdities have gotten beyond any realm of logic. It seems like we've thrown logic out the window just to satisfy some mistaken belief that, you know, if you start criticizing people like Donald Trump has, it's going to get you more votes and it's going to get you elected. You know, I for one have known Catherine for many years. And, you know, and I see all the negative advertising against her by Joe Hick and the Republican National Committee. You know, and you look at her record, and it's almost laughable that somebody's really going to believe that those pack of lies that are being thrown at her. You know, and I think, you, the press, have a responsibility to report that. And so, you know, I don't have too much more to say on this, other than I think, you know, Catherine Cortez is one of the better candidates I've seen in 35 years in this state. And I've seen a lot of them. And there's good on both sides. You know, I think Governor Sandoval has done an admirable job. I don't know that Joe Hick has. You know, Joe Hick really has been against immigrants. I think that's been proven by his record and the things he says. And so, you know, I just leave you with that. You know, let's think about the issues. Let's think about who's best for this community, for this country. I think Catherine would make an outstanding United States Senator. just as she was an outstanding attorney general. And frankly, she's been outstanding in every job she ever had. And some of that I know comes from her father, the man of the highest integrity and was always there fighting for people. And I think that's what you're going to get with Catherine. That's a whole package. So, you know, I'm just finish up by saying I denounce things that have been said by Joe Heck's senior staff. They should know better. You know, this is America. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. I want to thank Jose. I want to thank Tom. I want to thank everyone for being here, and all of you. Clearly, there was so much at stake in this election, and for me, it's time to really use our voices and call out when we see things that are happening in our country. It is no secret that this election has turned the idea of what is acceptable in politics completely upside down. It starts with Donald Trump, who has publicly mocked and belittled countless individuals because of their race, gender, religion, or heritage. And it continues with my opponent, Congressman Heck, who supports Donald Trump. I was taught the importance of leading by example. Apparently, Joe Heck was not. Based on the example set by Joe Heck, there's nothing wrong with Donald Trump's racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, dangerous, and divisive rhetoric, and that the hatred Trump fuels is acceptable for someone to lead the strongest nation in the world. That's why it's no surprise the longtime top aides of Congressman Heck think it is acceptable to bring into question my heritage, to ask just how Mexican I really am. Joe Heck and his allies are spreading lies about my record, as you heard Tom say. They are attacking my character. And unfortunately, this has become standard in politics. Instead of focusing on the issues that people care about and the promise of a better future working together, Joe Heck would rather attack my heritage and my family. My grandfather immigrated here from Mexico, and like many immigrants, he faced prejudice, discrimination, his name, his background, and his skin tone. But like many immigrants, that just made him want to work even harder. And he worked hard to overcome any biases, become a baker, and make a comfortable life here in Las Vegas for his family. And my grandfather, grandmother instilled in my father the importance of hard work, honesty, and respect. He then instilled those three principles into me and my sister. And it is because of these principles that my father and his parents were able to overcome the challenges and prejudices they face as Mexican Americans. It is these principles that I have tried to live with during my life and protect and fight for as Nevada's Attorney General. As Nevada's Attorney General. As Nevada's Attorney General, and now hopefully as the next United States Senator here from Nevada. Let me just say this: for so long, the top aides of Congressman Heck, for some time, have tried to claim that I am not Mexican enough. To claim that the only thing that my Mexican heritage is useful for is a college application. And that to me and many is just disgusting. It is offensive to me, it's offensive to my grandparents, it's offensive to my parents, all of them who worked hard to make it possible for me to stand before you today, and it's offensive to all Mexican Americans. Joe Heck's allies are discriminating the perseverance and strength of my family and all immigrant families who fought hard to make a life here in America. America is a country made up of immigrants. It is because of our country's tradition of embracing and accepting those who seek a better life that we are the strongest country in the world. Tom said, Las Vegas would not be the same city if not for my father, Manny Cortez, who served as the head of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. He helped make this city into one of the top tourist destinations in the world. And my father was just one of thousands of Mexican Americans that have made Las Vegas's growth and success possible, and attempts to diminish their contributions goes to the heart of thinking of what people like Donald Trump and Joe Heck are thinking. They think that America is weaker because of our differences, and that our diversity is something to be criticized and feared. Let me tell you, they are wrong. Donald Trump and Joe Heck's America is not the America that my grandfather worked so hard to start a new life in. And it is not the America that nearly 800 individuals across the world became naturalized citizens yesterday right here in Las Vegas. But it is the America that we are fighting to protect from people like Donald Trump and Joe Heck. Those two aides need to apologize for their comments. Their utter lack of respect is unacceptable and insulting not just to me and my family, but to the families of all immigrants that make up this state and this great city. The Heck campaign has offered 2 apologies yesterday, but not one to me or the Mexican Americans that were disrespected. We cannot allow individuals to continue to attack the essence of America, the diverse communities that have made success possible. That's why we are here today. We're speaking out, and I will tell you this, we're going to continue to fight for the next 45 days to make sure that the American dream is attainable for all those who seek it here in Nevada and across the country. I want to thank you all for coming here today, and thank you for the incredible crowd and support. As you can see, this is an important issue for us, and it is time to stop the divisive rhetoric, and it's time to stop building walls, and time to stop dividing people. And that's what we're going to be a voice about. I want to thank you for coming. I know we're going to do some Q&A here afterwards, and we're happy to talk with you, and we will coordinate that. So thank you again.